Paranormal activity got so extreme for a family of 4 in Auckland, United Kingdom, that they had to flee into their very own caravan as they did not want to step foot in the house again. They stayed there for a month, trying desperate measures to calm the situation to move back in, having the house blessed by a priest, and even 2 different paranormal investigation teams check the house out for more information, when one of the investigation teams told the family to hand in their keys and to never return. Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Horror O'Clock video. This is part 2 of the Roth terrifying family haunting case. So part 2 is going to be a continuation from the point of when they fled the house. When they fled the house was not when the tenancy ended for Lauren. She actually stayed in a caravan for a month while she was trying to find a new home. Since living in the caravan for a month, she tried desperate measures, contacting lots of different people to try and calm the situation down with the spirits, try anything that helps to get some answers. Before we go down that rabbit hole, there are some updated articles from August that actually explained some details that I thought were quite minimal upon my research in part 1. So I am going to be going over and clearing up 2 things from part 1. So in part 1, the scratches on her daughter Arabella, the articles were very minimal and only said that she saw a cat and woke up with scratch marks. Lauren has since updated this and we have more to talk about now, so this is what she said. One night, Caleb was in his bedroom, shouting to his mum. He said, "Mum, Arabella is scared because she sees something in her room. She said a cat scratched her." I said, "There's no cats here, babe," but she had scratches on her. Laura stated that her daughter had said there was a cat in the bedroom and she woke up with scratches. About half an hour later, she wakes up again. She said there was a man in the window. I moved the curtains and showed her there was nothing there, but she then pointed to the mirror and said, "No, mummy, in that one." The next day, we ripped it off the wall and disposed of it in the garage. So they were all quotations from the family. And then the second piece of information that we have some more details on, this was when Laura said that she felt like there was a finger at the back of her throat choking her. So I believe personally this event happened on Saturday of June when everything intensified. So this was one day before they fled the house. Laura said, "I was sat doing some work and this was the final straw. I had assignments to do and had to study for 9 hours. It was like someone stuck their fingers down my throat and I started coughing." And then the next day she said, "On the Sunday night when we came out of the house at 2 a.m, someone opened the bedroom door. I could hear the handle go down and the door opened." Those were the 2 points that I just wanted to kind of elaborate on because there was more information out now. Do with those quotations what you will. Okay, so those were the 2 things that I wanted to elaborate on from last video because I felt like that is what deserved to be spoken about in part 2 as well. Also in part 1, not a lot was spoken about the husband Stephen, so in these newer articles there is something that has been said about him that I want to mention before we get to the timeline of where they fled into the caravan. So Lauren said that in April, so we're backtracking now, that in April she went on a holiday to Spain. It's not been clarified if her children went to Spain with her. She might have went on her own, but from what I've read and what I believe, the husband stayed at home during this period. So while the husband was home alone while Lauren was on holiday, the husband said that he'd witnessed doors slamming during the night. Now Stephen is a skeptic, he does not believe in anything paranormal, but the doors slamming with simply nobody in the house was enough to terrify him. The husband made a comment and said, "It's just very strange." So from this point forward in the video is where we're going to be talking about what happened in the entire month that the family resided in the caravan. So there was 1 month where they started emptying out the house. So in the entire time that the house was empty and nobody was in there, Lauren had contacted people that she thought that could help with the problems that she was facing in the house. So for reference on the timeline, the last official day was the 27th of June on Monday, because they left the house at 2 in the morning, so that was technically the day after Sunday, which is Monday. On the 22nd of July, the Northeast Paranormal Investigations team made a video on Facebook called Quick Brief, where they explained that they've been given access and that Lauren said she would give the keys to them to do an investigation. On the 23rd of July, the Northeast Paranormal Investigations team visited the house, but they captured the lights flickering in the bathroom when they were communicating to whatever it is that resides in the house. But this investigation team weren't the only people to try and help with the situation. Lauren had also previously gotten a priest in to do a blessing of the house, but Lauren claims this only made things worse, and that whatever was in that house became more aggressive. In one final attempt, Laura contacted another ghost team. This team were Leo and Linzi Steer from Project Reveal Ghosts of Britain. Just 9 days after the Northeast Paranormal Investigation team visited, Ghosts of Britain arrived at Lauren's house. They visited on Monday, August the 1st, and now we're going to take a look at what Lee has said since visiting the house. Lauren reported extreme poltergeist activity, where she's been attacked and their light fittings turn on and off on command. She's had people in blessing the house or trying to remove the spirit, but nothing seemed to have worked. It only worsened the situation to the point where she contacted us. She asked us if we could go that day. She was desperate and really frightened. She was in tears and it was all getting too much for her. It got to breaking point where she would not step foot in the house again. She actually moved out of the house and lived in a caravan in the garden for a while. So during the Ghost of Britain's visit, crew member Lee claims that he had a strange encounter that left him with scratches on his arm.
What are you doing, lad?
There's a long red line appearing on my arm. Look, fast, come. I can feel it. It's burning. I don't know if you can see it, but I can see it.
I can't see it on the glasses.
Put the torch on.
So, wait a minute, guys.
It's burning.
Oh!
It's burning.
Where did you go? And there.
Just picked up the devil's toy box.
Oh, one. I can see it. Oh, it's raising. Look, guys, keep your hand. Can you see that? Okay. I wonder if it's a cat. I said cat, didn't I?
Not only did they capture that horrific scratch mark on his arm, but they also caught the ghost presence on a staircase. I'm going to be putting that picture up on the screen right now. Okay, sorry, just a side note, I keep forgetting to put my camera in the corner after the intro. This is where my face should have been the whole time. Forgive me, I'm a newbie. We live and we learn. Anyway, this is what Lee said after this paranormal encounter. He said he felt surprised when the spectre lashed out at him, leaving him with visible injuries. Lee also recalled how every time he went to pick up the devil's toy box, a mirrored container used for investigation, so like a piece of equipment, he felt a tingling sensation on his hand. I could see my arm being scratched in the moment, he said. It caught me by surprise, and it had only happened once before. It was a sign that the spirit was aggravated that we were moving it along. I think there were about 4 scratches. There were 3 on my palm side, and there was 1 on my arm. They were very long and raised. Everything seemed calm after it scratched me. Lee wasn't the only one in the house to experience something. Lee's crewmate, Linzi, said that the ghost also seemed to be turning lights on and off, adding, "We don't know if there was a spirit in the bathroom." I said something like, "Are you here?" And on the equipment, it said, "Haunting," as if to say, "Yes, I'm here, haunting that property." I looked round and said, "Lee, have you switched the light off?" He said no, the bathroom light had gone off. I came to the bottom of the stairs and I said, "Okay, spirit, if you are here, Switched that light back on. Lo and behold, it came back on.
This is something that happens, guys. The lights in the bathroom on and off, on and knobs, on and off, on and off. Put the light on. Oh!
Right, let's calm down a bit.
Whoa!
Chill out.
Wait. Spirit. Guys, there is only me and Lee here. You know we would never fake anything.
On my own.
Right, you know we would never fake anything. Okay, Spirit, I was going to come forward into this room. Okay then? You don't want me in there? Alright. Close the door then. Close the door. That's next door, it's next door. Tell us why you didn't want us in that room. What's happened in that room? It seems like it's just all there. Switch the lights on for us. Is that...
More on command.
After these spooky encounters, Lee and Linzi left the property and told Lauren never to return. Advice she had already acted on, having handed back her keys with hopes for a fresh start with her husband and 2 young kids. She's got another house and she's worried that the spirits will follow her, Lee said. She handed in the keys at the estate agent on Tuesday. We're very proud of her. It's not an easy thing, Lee. So, I want to say from part 2, that is just a really, really crazy and impactful ending. In that last month, so much happened and so much stress, and I bet it was just so relieving when she was able to hand in the keys and start a new future. In part 1, it was said that Lauren has not experienced anything since, so I don't personally believe, considering there's no more news articles as well, that the spirit followed her, but I really hope to whoever has to live in that house that things start to get better and that they don't continue in the way that Lauren's family had experienced. So I hope you guys enjoyed this 2-part series. I am now done talking about this case. If there is anything that you want to research up on yourself, I'm going to have all of the links in the description from what I've researched. It wasn't letting me put links yesterday because I am a new channel, so if not, it's just going to have the name of the article and the provider. But anyway, thank you for watching and stay spooky.